Hello. I'd like to say a few words today about religious opposition to same-sex marriage. As you know, you probably know, there is and has been always religious opposition to being gay, but in more recent times the opposition to gay marriage from the ranks of the religious has become quite pronounced and even vehement, and I'd like to say a few words, as I said. In particular, I'd like to comment on a particular argument that is commonly put forth by religious folk who are opposed to same-sex marriage, and that simply is, if the definition of marriage is redefined so as to allow persons of the same sex to marry, well then everyone will be coming forward demanding the right to marry anyone they please, or anything as the case may be, such as brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters will demand the right to marry if they so choose. People will want to have multiple spouses if they so choose. Even people will want the right to marry their livestock or their pets if they so choose. And I remember first hearing this argument put forward in the 1980s when I was an undergrad in university, and I thought it was the silliest thing I ever heard then, and my opinion hasn't changed. That really is not an argument, it's just foolishness. And when I say as much, I'm accused of, quote, evading the issue. But there's no issue to evade. It's just such a fatuous non sequitur, it doesn't merit comment. When I raise the point that I myself am gay and happily partnered with a man, 14 years now, our being together is really causing no one harm, and why are they so vehemently opposed to our union? The response is often, well, fine, the two of you want to shack up, go ahead, who's stopping you? But why do you insist on calling your relationship a marriage, or demanding that you be allowed to marry? And well, the answer is quite simple. A same-sex couple living together who do not have a marriage license or a legal standing as a common law married couple is put in a very vulnerable position, because in the event of illness or sudden death of one of the partners, their legal standing is that of two strangers. So the family members of the deceased or ailing partner are well within their rights to barge in and demand the assets or assume power of attorney. So it's really just purely a practical, temporal matter for same-sex couples seeking to marry. They want to protect themselves and their relationship as a couple. And honestly, what is so unreasonable? Is there anything really unreasonable in this? Well, thankfully, governments here, the government of Canada has agreed that it is not unreasonable, and gay marriage and common law marriage is now the law of the land. And thankfully, I am happy to report, yes, this is the case. And hopefully, before long, the rest of the Western world will also extend this basic civil right to same-sex couples, so time will tell. But in the meantime, I can say that I'm happily partnered with my boyfriend Mika. Together we live happily in a nice home, and for us, life is good.